Hi guys, Ray here, City Fan TV. City Fan TV, but for tonight, we'll talk a little bit about the Merseyside derby. Might talk a little bit about the game between Arsenal and City tomorrow. But right now, it's the Laugh at Liverpool show. Hi Faris, hi Andrew. I don't see any reason to change that thumbnail, Faris. I think the score was 2-0. I turned it off a few seconds before the end. But as far as I could see, Liverpool weren't looking likely to score. They were just diving. That's all you could see. Mo Salah, at least 3 dives from Mohamed Salah. Just a cheat. And in fact, the one time he didn't dive was when he actually thought he was going to score. But look at Liverpool's form, guys, at Anfield. Is that, if I'm right, is that 4 losses at home? Bang, 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 bang. Burnley, bang. Yeah, Burnley did it. Brighton, bang. City, 4-1, bang. And Everton, bang, 2-0. Guys, got to be quiet because neighbours, if I start shouting, neighbours will go crazy. But look, Mr. Arik Abdallah, it's beautiful to see. Oscar says, congratulations, Everton's. Sean says, I hate Liverpool almost as much as I hate Millwall. Guys, give us some thumbs up, give us some likes, get them in quick, get those likes in. Give us some follows. Give us some, if you're new to the channel, just subscribe. Get it in, guys. 4 home losses in a row. You wouldn't believe it. And before those 4 home losses, if I'm right, before those four home losses, they had 2 draws. Was it 2-1 all draws? I remember them drawing with the West Brom. Yeah. So their form has been horrendous at home. Fortress Anfield. You know what they're going to say? Yeah, you know what they're going to say? That it's all to do with no fans. Yeah. Liverpool's such a poor team that they can only win with fans at the ground. Do you think that's true? Is that the only way Liverpool can win? It's not what you'd expect from a team that could be winning back to back. Let's have a look at Liverpool's recent results. Can we do it? Can I do it without laughing? I'll try, guys. I'm going to try and do this without laughing. Just putting up Liverpool's latest results, okay? So here we go. Come on. So they've lost at home to Everton 2-0. They lost before that 4-1 to City. That's the only goal Liverpool have scored at home in 2021 in the league. Before that, they lost to Brighton 1-0. Before that, they lost at home to Burnley by 1-0. Before that, drew 0-0 with Man United at home. It's joyous to see, guys. They drew with West Brom before that. So the last 6 games at home, they've got 2 miserable, measly points. That's just fantastic. It really is. It's it warms the cockles of my heart, guys. Oh dear me. Congratulations, Everton. Oscar says, I'll say it again. Congratulations, Everton. Chelsea making a comeback on the 2-0. No, Mr. Arik, I told you. Look at who Chelsea have played. Chelsea haven't played anybody of any note in the last 3 or 4 league games. They've not played anybody of note. Southampton, a team on a 6-game losing streak, managed to get a point against Chelsea. Not an open goal. Yeah, not an open goal, Frank. Absolutely right. The only goal they scored was that lucky penalty from that Diaz mistake. That's it. That's the only goal they've scored this year at home in almost 2 months, in 51 days. 51 days at Fortress Anfield, they scored 1 miserable, miserly goal. Let's put some banners up, guys. Let's get the banners up, guys. There you go. 1 miserable, miserly goal in 51 days at home. How horrible a record is that? Prithvi says, oh man, I didn't expect you to stream today. Prithvi, I wasn't expecting to stream. I really wasn't. That second goal sealed the deal for me. I thought, I've got to come on. Rather than have some dinner, I will come on and have a little laugh at Liverpool for a few minutes. Dale, how you doing, buddy? Absolutely delighted. Well done. The toss. Dale is from Ireland. And it was a penalty, Mr. Arik. I don't care. It was so funny watching it again, watching him clatter into Trent Alexander-Arnold, smacking him in the head. It's so funny. And getting the penalty. The referee from Manchester, he goes over, looks at the VAR, has a very, very quick look, says, nah, it's a penalty, that. Lovely. I'm loving that. I'm loving that all day long. Everybody's having a laugh. And Mr. Alex says, hope Newcastle beat Trash United. Let's hope. Mr. JRX, I gotta stick that up. This loss means more. Well, Sean, you're absolutely right. Mo Salah with at least 3 dives that I can remember in that game. It's disgusting. Chris said he ran into him, then Arnold tried to catch him with a raised leg penalty. It's so funny. And actually, why didn't if you're going to give a penalty, then why don't you send Alexander Arnold off? Because arguably it's denying a goal scoring opportunity. But hey, I'll take that. Joachim Lexel says, well played, Sophies. Absolutely, Joachim. Guys, give us a thumbs up for this stream. And if you're new to the channel, it'd be lovely if you can subscribe, even if you're not coming back again, even if you're just here to laugh at Liverpool and you're never coming back. Give us a thumbs up and give us a follow, give us a subscribe. Liverpool done, says Mr. Roller. And they thought they were back after that Leipzig win. But pretty thin. Leipzig, Liverpool scored their 2 goals from defensive mistakes. Poor play from Leipzig, a bit of pressure, and sometimes not even any pressure, defensive mistakes. That's how Liverpool got their goals, and that's it. And here's the thing, and Klopp crying again, saying it's not a normal season. If you follow me on Twitter, I put it up there. Okay, Klopp says even Pep will agree it's not a normal season. We shouldn't be this far behind. Liverpool are 16 points behind City, and City got a game in hand. 16 points behind. I do believe after 24 games last season, Man City was 16 points behind Liverpool. I didn't hear Klopp saying anything about it not being a normal season. He was laughing his goofy teeth off. Yeah, he was so happy with it that and he said it's not a normal season. Hang on, what is a normal season for Liverpool? What do you think a normal season is for Liverpool? Okay, since Klopp's been here, generally Liverpool have been quite close to City. Yeah. But one season they were 25 points behind. One season they were 18 points ahead. But they've never been ahead of City. If you look at the last 10 seasons, not including this one, okay, in the last 10 completed seasons, Liverpool average, this is the average, Liverpool average over 10 points a season fewer than City. So Man City get at least, on average, 10 points a season better than Liverpool. In the last 10 completed seasons, City have got 102 points more than Liverpool. And if you include this season, that'd be 118. 118 points in 11 seasons. That's almost 11 a season. Yeah? 118 points. It's just City miles ahead of Liverpool. And we win trophies. We're not just one domestic. I mean, people want to shout about Klopp's record. He's got 1 domestic trophy. They want to shout about the Champions League. Hey, well done for that. You lost 4 games in 13 to get that. And the Super Cup, it's a one-off game. I don't want to count the Super Cup. If you're going to count the Super Cup, you count our Community Shield wins because that's a one-off game. Yeah, the Club World Cup, 2 games to win that. That's come on. Even I'd feel a little bit of a fraud. I'd feel a bit of a fraud claiming them as huge wins. I don't claim the Community Shields as huge wins. I don't claim them as trophies. So that's what they're doing. It's really, really poor. So basically, Klopp has got, in my mind, 2 big trophies at Liverpool, and that's it. 2 big trophies, and that's it. I'm not going to count the Super Cup. I'm not going to count the World Club Cup. That's it. 2 big trophies at Liverpool. Pep, fingers crossed, will have 3 league titles in the same time. 3 league titles. Got an FA Cup as well, and if I'm right, is that 4 League Cups as well? Tons of trophies. Pep is a trophy magnet. He's a trophy magnet. Be careful what I say. I've got my lads listening in the room. Looking at the way things are going, Leipzig will thrash them. Oh, Pritchard, that would just be the dream. That would be the dream for this season. Any Liverpool fan, sorry if you feel slightly offended, but that would be the dream. Mönchengladbach, look, City in better form. Let's see what happens. Sean Maguire says, look, Van Dijk injury saved the league. I don't agree with that, Sean, honestly. Liverpool were doing, actually, I read this report back last year, okay? It was in September, I think. And it said Liverpool won't win the league because their players are spent. I was reading 22 Liverpool players out of a squad of 35, 22 out of 35 have severe asthma, so they need to take drugs for their asthma. Drugs that potentially, if I'm right, are not allowed under anti-doping. But if you've got asthma, you can have these. So suddenly, so many players have got asthma. It just doesn't sound right. 22 out of 35 players have got severe asthma. I'm not buying that. I thought, well, HD, you'll be happy as well. I think you're a United fan. Forest says Leipzig will not lose at Liverpool. If they put in a world-class performance, nothing more. Absolutely. Mr. Roll-Up Klopp is really embarrassing himself with all the crying and antics. So much for respect for Pep. Look, he'll be complaining about the wind. He'll be complaining about Henderson's injury. Look, these things happen. Deal with it. City are going to dominate in the future. Well, we'll see what happens with Klopp. The thing is, if Klopp leaves Liverpool, I think Liverpool go backwards. There's no one who plays football like Klopp. No one puts that intensity in. And I think if he does end up leaving Liverpool, they're in trouble. James says champions 3 years in 4. Hopefully. Sean says Liverpool 1 season wonders. I said that. I said the rogue statistic in the last few years is that season last year. So were they just lucky? Yes, they finished one with 97 points the season before, but they still didn't win it. Van Dijk was there when they got pumped to the tune of 7 goals by Villa, says Mr. Roll-Up. Absolutely. Faris says UEFA Super Cup and Club World Cup and Community Shield aren't major trophies, but they count them as major trophies. Chelsea are a small club in my opinion. Manchester United, Arsenal, Liverpool and City for the biggest. Well, Chelsea are doing all right at Football HD. It depends what your criteria are. I'm not worried about that for tonight. Flop. Jurgen Flop. So basically, Liverpool got 2 major trophies, 1 Champions League, 1 league. City got 3 League Cups, 1 FA Cup, and potentially 3 leagues. Absolutely. And if you want to say that the League Cups, is that under Pep? Yeah, we've got 3 under Pep. Here's the thing, guys. People want to exclude the League Cups and say it's not a big trophy, but you still have to win 5 or 6 games, 7 games to get to the final winner. You got the third. Well, we get into in the 4th round or whatever, 4th, 5th, 6th. 2-legged final normally. That's 5 games. You play 5 games to get to the final. So you've still got to do something to get there. And even if you exclude them, if we win the league this season, we will, and don't win the FA Cup, let's say, we still would have 4 trophies in the same time that Klopp's got 2. 4 major trophies. Mr. Eric says, I'm so glad Pep got Ruben over Koulibaly. Hey, Brian, how you doing, buddy? Well done for being better in the 10 seasons you existed. Brian, are you crying, Brian? Are you crying, Brian? I love it. Hart says Liverpool are having problems scoring as well. It's not just the defense, absolutely. Sean says Klopp is a fraud, embarrassment with his excuses. Football HD, when Pep staying, he's got another couple more seasons, he says. We'll see what happens. You never know. And if Pep wins everything this season, if he wins the Champions League, the league, the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup, you might just say that's enough. I might say that's enough. The FA Cup and the League Cup are similar, same teams basically. Well, the FA Cup has got a lot more teams involved, obviously, that start in that competition. Was it 708 teams, I think, a couple of years ago? There's a lot more teams. The League Cup has got 92 teams. Might as well remove Salah from my fantasy team. Prithvi, I've said for a while, I will not remove Mo Salah from my fantasy team. Why not? Because Liverpool are losing whilst I keep him in my side. He's not scoring and getting me enough points compared to somebody else I could have. But because he's failing, I'm keeping him in. It's costing me points, guys. I know it's costing me points. When I could have had Grealish in there, who was getting loads of points, or when I could have had Soucek getting loads of points, or Raheem Sterling, or Phil Foden, or Gundogan. I've kept faith with Mo Salah that he'll score the odd goal. Yeah, but Liverpool keep losing. Hey, I'll keep sticking Salah there. Now I had Robertson in for ages as well, and he was not getting me anything. So eventually, I got rid of him. If you win the league, 7 titles, Football HD says would be nice. Would have had 5 in the last. Is it 9 years? Pepe's tactical mastermind, says Mr. Roll-Up. Klopp is nowhere near Pep's level. Salah tried the diving game absolutely hard. I hate that. No one's happy with Brian the baby. I think Brian is salty. Currently, we are 5th biggest club in England. We are tied with Aston Villa. If we win the league, we'll have more than Aston Villa, says Forest. I'm not counting. Who's counting? Hi Gerald, hope you're well. Fantastic result for Everton. You should have scored more goals today. Hammer Arsenal tomorrow. Fingers crossed, buddy. Fingers crossed. We've got 20 trophies. If we win the league, we'll have 21, which makes us third behind Chelsea, who are third. Farage, United, Liverpool, and Arsenal. I'm not worried about this. Never had a Liverpool player in my fantasy, Haj. Well, I don't have many. To be honest, in the past, you've had to have people like Robertson, Alexander-Arnold, Salah, Mane. You've got to have had them. I've not had a United player. That's the truth. I've not had a United player in mind. Kieran, how you doing, buddy? It's like birthday and Christmas rolled into one. We never moaned as much with Laporte last season. Anyway, great channeling. Cheers, mate. Thanks so much for coming from Ireland, and thank you so much. I think this is the thing. We lost Laporte. Within a few games, we stopped moaning about it, and we lost company as well. We just got on with it and accepted that Liverpool were better and that we dropped off. We were unhappy that obviously we'd lost company and we were playing for Fernandinho at the back and all that stuff. But you just get on with it and accept the other team had done well. And look, Liverpool were not whinging when they were clear of us. Yeah, before Christmas, let's say in November, December, they weren't crying about their injuries so much. They were still whinging about it, but they weren't crying about it as much. When you're winning, you forget about these things. And as soon as you start losing and struggling and drawing and whatever, they start crying about what's their injuries. It's just pathetic. Farage says Man City 20, Aston Villa 20, Chelsea 24, Arsenal 31, Man United and Liverpool with 40. Let's just focus on us now. Pep would find a way to get top four at the very least, no matter how many injuries we had. Pep improves players, says James, better than any coach I've seen. He's better season with Fernandinho at the back. Liverpool are walking, talking, living jokes, says Ahmed. No one cares about Chelsea, says I'm still here, guys. Still here. I don't know. Someone's trying to get rid of me. Someone's trying to get rid of me. Let's try and keep this going. Kieran, we started the season with 3 out with COVID, and I think it was 2 of 3 out long with injuries, maybe 4. Maybe, you might be right, Kieran. 1 season wonders absolutely does. Well, 2 season wonders. Give them 2 seasons because they did get those 97 points, which still didn't win the title. Rohan says Liverpool won't finish top 6. This is the thing. Not being in the Champions League next season, if it happens, is going to hurt Liverpool financially. I'll tell you what, if they drop out and not go and get the Europa League, they're going to be 60, 70 million quid out of pocket. And if there's no fans at the start of next season, I think there will be. But if there's no fans, Liverpool would be crying their eyes out. They really would be crying their eyes out because they get something like 3 million quid a game. So, if they're not, even if they're not in the Europa League, they're missing out on 40, 50, 60 million quid from the Champions League. It's going to hurt them. Honestly, I'm not looking at the lineup for tomorrow. We'll talk about that tomorrow. Latest party says Alex, so happy to see Liverpool lose. Absolutely, Alex, absolutely. Apparently Henderson is injured. Yeah, I saw that at Ahmed. He tried to run it off, but did you see the referee? This frustrates me. He gave a free kick when Henderson went down, even though Doucouré was nowhere near him, because he heard the yell, he saw him fall. Free kick, ridiculous. Faris, what you're saying, as much as we've been successful in the past decade, Chelsea are still in a slightly bigger club than us. But if we win all the trophies this season, which possibly will be tied with them, Trent is overrated. Well, he's been brought down to earth a little bit in the last season. In a couple of years, City will overtake Chelsea. City top list, yeah, I think so. By the time Pep leaves, are there any records we haven't broken? It's Christoph. I don't know. Brian, sure, City are the best team in England now, but even not for us, a bigger club. Cheers, Brian. It's good to see you still here. It's good to see. It took you about 8 minutes with that very witty comeback. Salty Brian. Forest, you have more titles than Chelsea. But tell me what team you support and we'll start talking to Brian. If Liverpool don't get Champions League, big players won't want to come. Absolutely hard. Can you see Mbappe wanted to come? Can you see Salah wanting to leave? Would Salah or Mane want to leave if Liverpool don't get in the Champions League? What about Van Dijk? What if Liverpool don't get any in European football? What if Van Dijk says, I want out as well? That would be so funny. I think Klopp needs to take a year's break as well as the whole Liverpool squad. It ain't happening, Rohan. They've got to keep on that treadmill. The bill ABC TV, I just want to win all the remaining games. Who wouldn't love that? Leo Till, how you doing? No. Dini is not good enough. Dini is not good enough to play at City. Now, he might fit in the system and everything else because the rest of the team is so good, but he'll be just like Zinchenko, making mistakes. He's not good enough. We want better. Football HG says, United fan, I respect City even though we're enemies. A good man. I hope Messi comes to City. Absolutely. Brian, no brain, says Chris Toff. Haaland after the goal records, they want Champions League. Absolutely hard. Can you see? They don't want to go to a club that's struggling. I can see Mbappe going to Madrid, but they've got to come up with the money, and they're struggling with that. Sorry to say, but I'll have Kane 10 times more than Haaland. That's a personal choice. Nigel, how you doing, buddy? This says something about the Bundesliga. Perhaps we outclassed Everton 3 days ago, who then beat Liverpool, who beat RB Leipzig. Gladbach are at worst team, Leipzig. Well, Leipzig is second in the table. Now look, Leipzig embarrassed United. They are a decent side, but they just got it totally wrong against Liverpool. So tasty, says Mr. Rolo. We're going to sprinkle it all over our title. Well, fingers crossed, but let's keep our feet on the ground, guys. We stay humble. Rohan says I would replace Mendy with Tagliafico. He's a great left back and easily gettable. Leotil says Torres, Haaland, Foden. We dominate football for years. Torres not yet. Give him time. And then using Patson Daka, Kieran. To be honest, I don't think we're getting him. I don't think we're going to get going to get him now, Kieran, simply because we've done so well without Aguero because we've not had a striker. We've used Gabby J, who I'm going to say Gabby J is a striker. Because we've done so well, I don't think they're going to go for Patson Daka now. I'll be really surprised. Patson Daka would be if Haaland didn't come or somebody else that we were after, Mbappe or whoever didn't come. Dini is class. Faris, I don't see it, buddy. He looks decent on an Everton side, but you can't afford to be making those mistakes in a City side. Now, maybe playing in a City side, he's under less pressure and he's got more support, and he doesn't make the same mistakes that he makes for Everton. But I don't want to see him make those mistakes in the light blue shirt of City. Oh, Brian, come on, Brian. You still buying Brian? Let's put some respect on Zinchenko's name. He's been smashing up left back since Mr. Robert. Yeah, he's done all right. I think he'd be great instead of Jesus or Mara still. Oh, yeah, I don't disagree with Kieran. I would much rather have Patson Daka because I think he'll work much harder than Mahrez, but I don't see that happening. Evening, Harry. Yours doing all right, isn't it? Dini would be very great at City. I disagree. I mean, as I said, personal opinion. Ahmed says, the thing wrong with Kane is his injuries. He's not that. His injuries are similar to Aguero's. In fact, he's probably less than Aguero's. Ahmed said, just don't want Haaland as I see him as a risk. Ahmed, please go and watch Haaland's goal today for Dortmund. Please just go and watch that goal, okay? And you tell me any City player who puts that goal or that shot in. Tell me anybody who does that. No, James Gundogan's 30. I was on streams and people asking me how old the City players are, as if I know them off by heart. I know most of them, Sterling's 26, and Mahrez is 29. Mahrez's birthday is tomorrow, guys. I do know a few of them. Theo Hernandez over says Leah Seal. Roland, do you really think Gabriel Jesus is a striker? Well, the word striker means the player has to be able to. He's not a goal scorer, and that's what I want. Dini whips crosses in, but we have no big strikers. Says Hatch. Hey, Adam, how are you doing? Hope you're doing well. Give us some thumbs up, guys. Let's get that to 30 very quickly. Leo says Gabby J is a great striker. Haaland is quality. We'll take him any day. And Kieran says Haaland would make us unplayable. Can you imagine? He's got that height. What is he? Haaland is 6'4". Okay, so he's got that height. He's got a decent turn of foot. He's got the pace. He's got that physicality. And he knows where the goal is. Go and watch his goal tonight. I saw that goal, and it's like out of this world. It really is. Mr. Rolex says, I want Haaland over Kane all day. Jordan Red says, Benteke did better than Haaland, so did Andy Carroll when he was at West Ham, but now I really would love Haaland? Seriously? Seriously, Jordan? Haaland is the youngest player to have scored, or quickest, to 16 Champions League goals. The number of goals he scored at Salzburg was incredible. He was getting more than a goal a game in the league, and he scored a lot in Europe as well. And he carried that on at Dortmund. Haaland's the real deal. Haaland has acceleration, speed, strength. He's got a lot, Haj. He really has. Perfect the Premier League, says Kieran. Umar Abdul Rahman, how are you doing, buddy? Haaland helping Dortmund to skyrocket its transfer fee. Absolutely. Look, Dortmund, apparently, I was reading today, have got some financial issues because of no crowds and everything else with COVID. And they're hoping to sell Sancho and get the money that they need, but they might have to sell both. So hey, we're knocking on that door. Ahmed said, I see Jesus says, well, the best strikers in a two-striker formation, him and Bolingoli. Don't know who that is. Haaland, let's see these comments. Haaland is not a risk. Simple as that. He's actually just a winner. He reminds me of a young Ibrahimovic with a tint of Lewandowski. Yeah, it's losing. Brian. Hey, Brian, you're back. All right, Brian, go and check out the Anfield rap. Go and check out the Anfield rap. But Brian, why are you here then? Go and chat on the Liverpool channels. I don't know why you're here. Didn't he get 8 and 6 for Salzburg Champions League? He got loads of it, Kieran. He got, was it 16 and 14 in the league at Salzburg? I can't remember the stats now. Something like that. For me, there's no reason we shouldn't get Haaland. I can say Patson Dakan hasn't done the numbers. Are you mad? Honestly, are you mad? Okay, my man Patson Daka. Okay, I've not checked much on him this season, but my man Patson Daka. Okay, last season I can tell you he got 24 goals in 37 league games, and that's without 31 league games. Sorry, that's without even looking. He got 24 league goals in 31 league games. Cracking. Last time I checked, he had about 10 in 10 this season. On Wikipedia it says 18-8, but he's done better than that. He's had more games than that. Wikipedia's not up to date. Okay, let's have a look. Let's look at Patson Daka. People saying, Ahmed said he's not that good. Performances, let's have a look. Let's look at football Mercato. Give me a sec, guys. So he's got. Just want to see this season. I'm just trying to get all of this season. So in Austria, he's got 40 goals in 42 games. Is that right? Or 67 games? It doesn't help that this is in French. He's done all right. Your man Patson Daka, he's done all right. So don't knock him. Don't knock his stats. Let's look on FB Ref. So here we go. Bundesliga. This season, he's had 13 matches, 13 appearances. He's got 13 goals and 3 assists. Okay. And in fact, I'll even tell you this. I'll even tell you how many minutes. He's got a goal in the league this season every 67 minutes. Every 67 minutes, he scored a goal in the league games. And if you look at the goals and assists, he's got a goal and assist every 55 minutes. Almost a goal and an assist per game. Every 55 minutes. He's the real deal. For me, I don't know how far he'll go, but he's good. Brian wants to be a City fan. Top comment, Kieran. He should be top price in the summer. All right, big Romelu Lukaku. Ahmed. Haaland is more important than a left back or any midfielder. Absolutely, what he gives you going forward is crazy. His release clause is central. Well, I don't know. I don't know whose release clause is that, Jordan. FSG do sell to buy, so unless we sell Salah or Mane, we won't get him. Only City or PSG can afford him unless you get Messi, then Barca might get him. No, he's not going Barca. Barca are brassic. Barca are about nearly €1 billion in debt, or maybe even more. They couldn't pay €6 million to buy a defender in Garcia that they wanted. They've cut the wages down on the players. They couldn't pay the €5 million that apparently Leon wanted for Memphis Depay. And so in the summer, Barcelona trying to get Wijnaldum on a free, Garcia on a free, Memphis Depay on a free. That's how skint they are. And they're getting them to take lower wages. If Haaland doesn't have a big injury in his career, he'll get 700 plus goals by 33, but it's a big ask. Saints L, Chelsea 1-1. Everything's great, Harry. Merseyside is blue, says Mr. Roll-Up. Leah tells his Merseyside of Manchester proudly blue. Dakar is consistent, Kieran, absolutely. So you will win half the titles in the next decade because you can genuinely. I'll read what you say. Afford Mbappe, Haaland, and Messi. See, this is the thing, Brian. You have no idea about the money situation. The difference is City reinvest their money into the squad. Okay, Liverpool. Go and have a look at the turnover in the last two. Each club in last year, okay? It's very, very similar. The turnover from each club is similar. Liverpool are going to get hit worse by COVID because they can't get fans in the ground. As I said, Liverpool get about 3 million, almost 3 million quid a game, maybe even more by having fans in the ground. That's match day income. City get under 2 million a game. It makes a big difference. You know, if you're playing 30 games a season, that's 30 million quid. That makes a huge difference, okay? That pays a lot of wages. That pays a heck of a lot of wages. If you got guys on, for argument's sake, 200 grand a week, yeah, that's 10 million a year. That pays wages for 3 top players. So it makes a huge difference. But City spend more of the money. Liverpool are pushed. One thing with Liverpool, they push the wages up a lot, and they pay a lot for agents' fees, which nobody talks about. 24 and 30 is the Austrian league. Yeah, so what? You can tell me what Haaland did in Austria, Ahmed. Haaland in Austria, that's important. You know, they were playing together, okay? Haaland in Austria got, he got more goals than games, but not by much. And I remember Daka got 24 and 31. Haaland at the same place, okay? He got 16 in 14. Said it was only 2 different. 16 in 14 in the Bundesliga. Last season, he got 13 in 15. This season, he's got 15 in 16. So he's basically getting a goal a game. In Europe, this season, he's got 8 goals in 5 games. 8 goals in 5 games. And in Austria, when he was playing at Red Bull Salzburg, in one season, he got 8 goals in 6 games. He's the real deal, guys. He's got now, in his whole career, 110 goals in 153 games. If you just look at Dortmund, he's got 41 goals in 42 games, a goal a game. A goal a game. So, in Austria, he got 29 goals in 27 games. So he's pretty much doing the same at Dortmund that he did at Austria. Go and watch his goals and tell me he's not good enough. And Daka's doing it exactly in the same league. So he's scoring that many goals. It ain't a fluke. It ain't lucky. And you've got to be decent. Hi, Ron. Yesterday, I was telling you about these other clubs that have been just arrogant. Now they're arrogant. They're crying and crying and crying. Tell you what, when we win the league, sure, Liverpool and City aren't relevant in the same conversation. Kieran says Aguero never fit. Mahrez is a 1 in 6. Jesus isn't a striker, but game lad. Yeah, that's it. A top striker will, hopefully, it won't disrupt our team. We shouldn't take numbers in the Austrian. Faris, you've got to take numbers in the Austrian league. Dortmund took the numbers in the Austrian league to get Haaland. Okay? Do you know where Sadio Mane started in Europe? Red Bull Salzburg. They've had some really good players, Red Bull Salzburg. See, people are disrespectful. You're disrespectful. some of their ex-players. Okay, I'm just going to try and pull them up. Okay, that you might have heard of. Okay, Sadio Mane. Okay, Minamino, who looks all right. Minamino, he's come from Salzburg. Okay, let's try and find some that you've heard of. Just trying to find some that you might. A couple more. Obviously, Haaland. Naby Keita, he came from there. Naby Keita, heard of him? Szoboszlai, he came from there. He's all right. Upamecano, where did he come from? Red Bull Salzburg. Let's try and see if I can get one. Offenbacher, if you've heard of him, he came from Salzburg. Even Ralph Hasenhüttl, he came from Salzburg. So they've got some good Mark Janko, if you remember him. Got some decent players, guys, and I think you do them a disservice to say they're rubbish. Those numbers don't count. Daka and Haaland would be on it straight away, says Kieran. Absolutely. Real Madrid should go after Daka as the Benzema replacement because they have departed. Yeah, absolutely. I want Pep at United says, well, it's happening. You know that. Let's try and keep up with you guys. Smash those like buttons, guys. Smash those like buttons. Give us a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. Even if you're only going to be here once and that's it. It's nice to get the subscription, guys, for the effort that we put into this channel. City hasn't spent on a striker ever since Aguero. It's time. We spent on people like Jovetic. We spent on people, but they haven't done the business. Bony, he's only done the business. Faris' Austrian league PL is a very big ass. Werner went from Bundesliga but Faris, I told you about Werner. Werner's stats aren't great. His goal stats look good, but when you look at his expected goals, they're not great. His expected goals aren't great. He doesn't do anything out of the ordinary. Okay, Haaland does something out of the ordinary. His expected goals are way below his actual goals. 7 goals a season. 7 goals a season. And Werner's actually, I think his expected goals compared to his actual, he should be scoring 7 goals more. So he's just an average Werner, whereas Haaland is popping in goals that you're not expecting to get. No, Jason, Barcelona won't fold. The banks just keep giving them money, so they'll keep going. Liverpool are one season winner, says Football HD. Come on, you Blues, says Matty. I don't know if that's Everton Blues or City Blues, but we'll take it, whoever it is. Virgil van Dijk was £75 million, Kieran, and we don't know what the agent fee was. Virgil van Dijk was 75 million plus agent fees and big fat wages. Matty says, can we say Everton are better now? Everton are better than Liverpool? Of course, man, of course. Is Gundogan, Rodri, KDB our best midfield? I don't know really little, to be honest. Right now, I'm happy with Gundogan, Rodri, and Bernardo. I'm happy with those 3. You know, where does KDB fit in? You might have to put him up as a false 9. Kieran says, thoughts of we never spent that on anyone, and where the title bias. Absolutely. Everton are better. Quite right. Liverpool are walking alone right now. Not gonna lie, we'll take Calvert-Lewin as the Aguero replacement. Leotil, well, he'd get a lot more chances at City. He's taller, he's good in the air. He's got plenty of goals. Kieran says, well done, Everton. They're building nicely. Absolutely. Everton smashed without their 2 best players, says Matty. Personally, I think Allen is 100 million bargain, says Aj. I agree. Pogba was 95. Pogba was 95, Kieran. And then, obviously, they had to pay his agent as well and signing on bonus as well. I think I heard it was at least another 25 million on top of whatever they paid for Pogba. FSG sell to buy, though. It makes no difference how rich the owners are if they spend less than they can. Look, this is the thing, Brian. Liverpool and City take in roughly the same amount of money. In 18 months, Liverpool spent about £400 million. And they've pushed themselves to the limit by paying whopping salaries. They're paying whopping salaries. They've pushed themselves to the limit, and now they're struggling. Now they have to sell to buy, kind of. Harry says a bit, Duncan Ferguson is out of his head now. How he dislikes Bill, absolutely. Rohan says, if Mbappe can come from Monaco, Haaland from Dortmund looks great to me. Klopp out says, general emails, absolutely. Klopp out. Brian has is an accountant for FSG. Bayern just lost to Eintracht Frankfurt. What a joke they are. Wow. Everybody forgets about agents' fees, Kieran. Mineola took about 25 million at United for the agents' fees. Liverpool, I think, was second for agents' fees. Okay? People forget about that, and they forget about the wages. The wages are astronomical. Aston Villa 4 points behind Liverpool with 3 games in hand. Embarrassing, says Joseph Beatty. Oh, look, I still think Liverpool will come good. Gomez is training. I've seen him down the gym. I actually watched a Liverpool video. Gomez is down the gym. What's his face is down the gym as well. I saw them doing some weights, squats, and quad presses, and kicking the ball, just not really, just messing about. But I reckon it, for all we know, it could be in another 6 weeks. One of them could be back. That's going to help, obviously, give Liverpool a boost. And losing Henderson is really bad for me. And I've said this before. What I think Liverpool's problem has been the fact that they have ended up, besides losing Van Dijk, they put Henderson and Fabinho at the back. Now, when they put Fabinho at the back and still had Henderson in the midfield with Wijnaldum, I think they could cope. Yeah, I think they could cope. They made their defence better, but the midfield was still able to cope, and they could keep winning games. Okay, now they've had Henderson and Fabinho at the back. Their midfield's decimated. They've got Thiago back. He's not doing the business. Thiago, Wijnaldum, and one other, whoever that might be, they're not doing the business. Okay, now it's Curtis Jones. So they put the best midfielders in defence, and they needed them in midfield. And I said you should have put, anybody else in defence, put the youngsters in. Make sure you keep Wijnaldum, Fabinho, and Henderson in midfield. Now they've lost Henderson as well. It's going to be tough. But look, they're not far off Champions League. Yeah, Liverpool are 3 points off Chelsea. Oh, look, West Ham could win this weekend and be 5 points clear of Liverpool. That would be fantastic. Everton are at the same number of points as Liverpool. And Villa, they've got 3 games in hand, as you say, but they need to, let's say, win those to get to 45, which is only 5 points ahead. So all these teams can catch them. Even Spurs win their 2 games in hand over Liverpool. They go to 42. They go above them. Arsenal win within shouting distance. Okay, of Liverpool as well. I just hope Liverpool lose a couple more games. It's a shame in some respects that they lost to Leipzig. It is a shame, but it'd be great if Leipzig could score first when they play them. Okay, but I think that's in a couple of weeks. Let's look at Liverpool's fixtures. They've got Sheffield United next Sunday, and then in March they've got a home game against Chelsea. Look, that's huge. That home game against Chelsea is huge because obviously, if they can beat Chelsea, they can get back in closer to them. Then they got probably an easy game against Fulham, and then they got the game against Leipzig, which is a shame, I think, because they can rest players. If they had a tough game against Leipzig to look forward to, they might rest players for Fulham, and they might come a cropper. But actually, if you look at it, they've done really well because they've got a game on Sunday against Fulham. They've got the game against Leipzig on the Wednesday, and then the game against Wolves on the Monday. I mean, talk about getting a load of extra time. They're the ones, Liverpool are the ones getting the extra time off. All right, Kieran, thanks for coming on, buddy. It's been nice having you on tonight. And if you can't remember, I think you are used to come on the channel before, but if you're not, make sure you subscribe. Give us a thumbs up before we disappear. Great to be on the live. Keep up the channel. Watch it every day. Cheers, Kieran, for watching it every day. Look forward to the game. Absolutely, mate. Slaying to you as well. Rohan, Brian, first look at the league table, then go to some Everton, West Ham, Aston Villa fans channels. Same for you. See you guys. Wonder who's going to miss our penalty next season. I'm not worried about that. Guys, that's a cracking line. Joseph, that's worth putting up there to finish the day. Messi will miss our penalty. Guys, I'm going to shoot. It's 9:15. I wasn't expecting to do this live stream for 45 minutes. I was expecting to have some grub. I've got to see now if by being on here I've been left anything to eat. I cooked dinner tonight, and I don't think they've left me anything. Hey, it's worth it, those. Guys, take it easy, have a good night. Obviously, we're back tomorrow to talk about the Arsenal game just over an hour before kickoff. We'll be here for the team news, and then we'll chat after the game. Guys, look after yourselves. Have a great evening. I'm now going to go and do some trolling on some Liverpool channels. It's 8:15 there, buddy. It's 9:15. I'm in Paris, still in Paris. So I'm just going to do a bit of trolling on some Liverpool channels, guys. Look after yourselves.